Welcome to Thoughts in the Glass podcast. I'm LaToya.
And I'm Kendra.
This is a weekly podcast where we share our unfiltered thoughts and opinions on a variety of topics.
So sit back, relax, and join us on a conversation of real, raw, and ridiculously funny commentary.
Period. Every week we do a drink of the night. Kendra, what's our drink tonight?
So our drink tonight is brought to you by LaToya's auntie, Debra.
I need to get her TikTok name. Educate something. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen.
Okay, so this is a Lemoncello Drop. And really easy to make. It gives very much so lemon drop with a twist. So you're going to do, and of course the recipe that I'm giving you is just for one person. Ours is doubled, so do what you meant with this information. Hopefully make a drink. So you're going to do 2 ounces of whatever your favorite vodka is. Right in this video we're using Grey Goose. We use an ounce of limoncello, and then you're going to do about a half an ounce to an ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Take your glass. I mean, of course, you keep that cold. Shake that on up. You're going to rim your glass with lemon juice, and then you're going to do what is this, like a
lemon sugar?
Lemony sugar.
Yeah.
And then top your glass off with your cocktail mix. Add a lemon for decoration, and sip.
Cheers.
And this has everything I need, right? Because as y'all can tell, I'm congested. Because what's coming? Fucking fall. And I'm allergic to everything fall. So with the vitamin C from the lemons, a little vodka to kill what's up in the nasal cave. Perfection.
I was gonna say it tastes like exactly what we're doing, squeezing out the last little bit of summer.
Okay. And one thing I can say that I love about fall, it is silk press season.
Oh, it is. It is. Not for me yet. I'm still holding on to my braids for a little bit, but it's coming.
So I've gone, for some people that know, some people that don't, I did go to cosmetology school. So I have really been into, like, of course, y'all seen most of this year I've had either braids, a wig, something going on, and had my hair really like covered up. Because when my hair holds no curl. It's like cotton candy, baby. As soon as the heat hit it, it be like, oop. Done. The shrivel comes on. So I went to Ulta yesterday, and I was like, I need something for a really good, like for a silk press. Let me tell you one thing. I'm very easily influenced.
Oh, wow.
So we'll start there.
Okay.
We'll end on my influence. But, so the young lady was telling me to check out, it was Kendra, and it's another one. Now, I've seen Kendra floating around TikTok and the Instagrams and stuff like that. So she was like, her stylist there at the Ulta swear by it. And I said, okay. So I picked that up. I gets into the line and she's like, oh, you want to put your number in? Because I have a Ulta Beauty number. Sure, put the number in. And they're like, oh, you can save 20% now if you get a card. And I'm like, I don't need any more cards. I'm fine. She's like, are you sure? Oh, well, we're also having a 1-day sale on Babyliss. It's the hair straightener, the professional hair straightener. Yeah. And it's the older model. I really, really want the one that has the double-sided, basically you could use it to curl as well and straighten, but that was like almost $300.
Wow.
Right? So she's like, well, we're having a 50% off 1-day sale on this flat iron. And she was like, and so she went back and picked it up, and so she came back, she was like, oh, you got pre-approved just by your number, right? And I was like, and she said, so if you get this, it's already 50% off. You also get 20% off of everything in the store if you go ahead and sign up for the card. Yeah, I got an Ulta Beauty card. And I'm mad because I was like, well, I wanted to try it out because I don't do my own hair. I've gone to my sister. And even when I go to my sister, I still have, it just does not hold. Or it doesn't stay straight. It puffs up quickly. Anyway, so I got the small thing of Kendra just to see if it works, because she told me about this other one that just dropped and it was a little bit cheaper, but I was like, well, let me just see, and now I'm mad I didn't get the big one. with a 20%
Right,
off.
because you got the 20%
Because
off.
it's wonderful.
Oh,
now,
you like the product?
Yeah, I did get the product. I tried it. Well, shampooed my hair, tried it. And even going through the Renaissance Festival, sweating yesterday, stuff like that, my hair usually would be a frizzy mess. And it has... So now what I want to do is try to get the line, because sometimes when you actually use their formula all together, actually you have a better outcome. So you talking about me using Head and Shoulders, which people say, yeah, not supposed to use, but I like the one with the tea tree, okay, because it gets my scalp clean. And Michelle, is it Michelle? Yeah. So I use those.
Oh, Mayel.
I think it's Mayel. Y'all got names.
Yeah.
But anyway.
You know what I wash my hair with? So for 8 shampoo. I was using a bunch of like black products, and I still will go back and forth. I like Elodie Haircare. I'll still go back and forth, but that was what my mom used on us back in the day, and it worked.
Yeah.
And I had just was like, you know what? Let me just go back to what I know.
To what you know.
And I don't see no issue with it.
You know what I've realized is everybody feels as if, okay, now, granted, there are some times where you want to go and get stylists and professional type of products. But just like Blue Magic, your hair was growing, flourishing, thick. Yeah. I think sometimes we move away from what we grew up on because we're trying to get a little bit more coin, and it doesn't seem like that's it's only $2 or
it's almost like a sign of status.
Yes.
Like, if you're still using Blue Magic, you must not be able to afford anything better.
Exactly.
Not that it was just a good quality product that worked. It just so happened to be also on the cheaper side.
Right, an expensive side. So it's like we do that to ourselves, especially us as African American people. We do take the things that we purchase as a status symbol of where we are. Because you'll go into somebody's house and you'll see, remember as kids, when the food stamps were short, you was getting the big bags.
Child, even when the food stamps was long.
Oh, no, child. When the food stamps got long, the kids knew, because they was like, we're getting name brand snacks.
For us, it was the kind of stuff we would get. Like, the only thing I would say would be Lunchables. Because, when we didn't have it like that, my mother would not buy, my grandmother was not buying no Lunchables.
Yeah.
It was, we got meat, meat, we got cheese, we got crackers, bread. You better make your own Lunchable.
Right.
But when we had it, we had Lunchables. But the other stuff, like, my family bought, sometimes they would buy name brand cereal if it was like on sale. But if it wasn't on sale, you got Honey Nut O's. Right. What was it? Fruit?
I don't know.
It wasn't Loops.
No.
Fruit Hoops.
Yes. Okay. Fruity-O's. Child. So, but I think we gotta kind of get away from that. But anyway, usually LaToya would have asked me how was my week. I just went into a rant about my hair.
You did.
I'm sorry.
I didn't get a chance to ask. So how was your week?
How was my week? So my week was good. Okay. If you follow me on the Tickety Talk, your girl is getting prepared for March. And I know it's a little early, but I also wanted to be overly prepared. But in March, we will be participating in the Rock and Roll Half Marathon in Washington, D.C. So I am currently in full-blown training for that. So I started that on Tuesday. And just follow me on my little journey with that.
You've been doing good. It's been almost a week. It's been a little bit more than a week.
It's been a little bit. It's been over a week. And
during the work week, you just get up super early and do it, or you do it when you get home?
I get up super early. Okay. Because I'm running after I've had a full day.
Yeah.
So right now I'm pacing at about 35 minutes to do like 2 miles.
Okay.
So getting up at 4:30, especially if it's days that I need to get out of the house. And then if Avon and I are doing it together, we're up at 4:30 just to get dressed. I make the pre-workout, give it about, the 15 minutes you need, and at 5 o'clock we're out to do our little thing.
When it comes to marathons, I have no clue. Very ignorant when it comes to that. But can you have like a team, or is it like every man for himself?
So with running, inevitably it's every man for himself.
Okay.
So a marathon isn't a triathlon, whatever that is, because that has swimming, the bike.
But like you can't. I mean, I'm sure you can run as a group if it's just like 5 people and like, okay, we going together. But like, could you enter into it as a team?
Yeah. So no? I mean, it's not a. You can go as a group. Like we're a running group that's going into this. but it's still an individual thing.
Okay.
Because like, for example, there are people that are like running you PR, which is your personal record,
right?
Like, so you may run together, like if you have like you've seen the 5Ks where people be dressed up the same and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's still an individual thing. We're just all doing the same thing.
Okay.
Like a run club is an individual person's thing, but it's a full club of people doing the same thing.
And I asked that because I know some runners. I don't know if they know about this event, but in my mind I was like, well, I wonder if they would be interested, if it's a thing, like to all go together.
Yes, a lot of people do that.
I'm not running, but I will support y'all and organize it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people do that. Yeah. So, and then there are a lot of run clubs are like, oh, this is coming up.
And they join as a club.
They join. I mean, they tell the club this is what we're doing.
Right.
Everybody signs up, pays their money or whatever, because you're getting your own
like name, placard,
whatever
number.
the thing is called. Yeah, and then you get a medal, so you're paying for those things as well. But this Saturday we have a 5K.
Okay, cool.
So we're doing that. It's called, and it's in Georgetown. It's called the End of Summer 5K run that they do every year. And then we're talking about it. I don't know if for sure we're doing it. There's another one, 5K in District Heights.
Okay.
On the 20th of September. So we're thinking about that because Jay was like, oh, I could do a quick little 5K. So we're trying to just do stuff together. Let me tell you something. I am a vainish person. I'm in it for the medals. I want the medals, people.
But you get a medal regardless?
It doesn't matter. Like, as long as you finish, you get a medal.
Oh, okay.
So it's for you, individuals. It's for you to figure out like what your pacing is, what your PRs, what your move, like, what is your ultimate goal? So like he asked me the other day, like, what's my ultimate goal? My ultimate goal is to finish, right? The marathon is my ultimate goal. But over this next 7 months, something like that, I want to get my running down to where I can at least do a mile in 10 minutes.
Okay.
And
10-minute mile.
And that way, if I can get between, honestly, because right now I'm at 16, if I can get to like 13, 14, I would even be like super happy with that.
Yeah.
But I feel like pushing myself, especially because I have until March, and and then once we pick it up where we are running Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because you always take 2 days off, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the weekend, I should start to cut time. And I feel like I have mapped out routes, so I went, internet is a crazy place. So I went on there and was able to zoom into wherever I wanted to go and map a route.
Yeah.
And that way I know like what I'm doing. So like today we need to run 2 miles, right? So from the house, what would need to be my running path to get those 2 miles done to get back, right? Yeah. So I mapped that out. I've mapped out the 3 mile. And then once we get to the point where we're doing 11 and 12, we'll probably do like, because those are only Saturdays. The long runs are like Saturdays, so we would go drive out to DC.
Okay.
And map. So I have a bunch of those kind of mapped out. I have everything down to a science.
Oh, good.
And then they've all be like, why are we turning this way? Why are we ain't going back? And I'm like, because I've mapped it out.
You got to stick with the plan.
And it's here. Yeah. And I was like, we could go this way.
Why? Because you're just trying to like be accommodating.
Include him into the thing.
I would be like, here's the map.
So we deal, right?
Don't ask me why we turning this way.
So we turn the other way, go around, and now we are doing an extra like half a mile because I'm like, well, we don't. I said, so we finished at the 2. We only needed to do 3. We finished at the miles. And I was like, we're done. And he was like, I mean, what's a little more? And I'm like, this is I have it mapped out.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to push myself past what I'm, whatever. Did a little bit over 3 miles on Saturday, but I always have a time where we walk afterwards just to kind of cool down, all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, so we're working on doing that. So that's fun. And then, what else started? School. Yeah. Officially started.
They had their first full week last week.
Was it a full week?
Well, they started on Tuesday, so not really a full week.
Yeah, not a full week. And then, what I tell you, Jonathan had homework basically every night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He had homework every night. So this week ain't a full week. So they don't even have a full week until next week.
Yeah, next week. Interesting.
Yeah.
And then y'all went to the Ren Fest.
We went to the Rent Fest, so that was cool. Dropped some pictures in to get the girls had a great time. Janae started dancing with this Caucasian dude named Connor. I'm sorry, European American.
Okay.
Because that is what I'm calling people. As long as I'm African American, you're European American. Anyway, the whole thing. So she had time.
Oh, good.
She and Connor had a time. She was like, "That's a 28-year-old Caucasian man." I said, "Oh, not the Caucasian." So she had fun. She's the only one that actually dressed up. But then Davon was like, "We're dressing up next year." I'm like, "Okay, not you being up into it."
Yeah.
Okay.
So me and my friends y'all went on Sunday. We went on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I really had a good time. That's honestly I was in my element. Okay?
I believe it.
I was in my element. I enjoyed it. We went to what I like about how we did it, and I'm gonna start doing this now when I do like amusement parks or anything, festivals, things like that. We had like every hour or like every hour or so we had a meetup point. So it was like, okay, at 1:00 we're gonna meet up at this restaurant. You don't have to eat there, but that's where we're gonna meet, check in with everybody. At 2:00 we're gonna meet at this show. At 3:00 we're gonna meet at, the jousting. At 4:00 we're gonna meet here. And I thought I really appreciated that because for a number of reasons. One, I was with the group. It was like 6 or 7 of us. We didn't have to keep going everywhere together. We could do our own thing and know where our meetup spots were. And then 2, if you missed the meetup, because I think they had got there at like 11. I didn't get there till like 12:45. So I missed the 11:00 meetup, but I knew at 1:00 they were going to be here.
Yeah.
And then even if you're already there, but like doing something fun, you're going to miss the 2:00. That's cool. We're going to meet up here at 3, you know?
Yeah.
And I just really enjoyed that
cool.
way of doing it because it was like you could check in with your friends. All right, which I want to do next, or I don't want to do that. I'm going to go here. Okay, well, meet us at the next spot. You know what I mean? It was kind of like set in stone. You knew where everybody was going to be. Yeah. And even if you didn't want to stay there, it was like, that's fine. Yeah. Just, hey, y'all, I don't want to see this show. I just wanted to come to the checkpoint. Yeah. I'm going to go over here. I'll see y'all at 5 kind of thing. Yeah. So that was really fun. I did a get ready with me, posted it I posted it. And so that's fun. I guess just trying to do what we said and take advantage of moments where I could be creating content. Yeah. But for me, y'all gonna get this candle content. I don't care. That's my business.
Put it. I don't understand.
Y'all gonna get this candle content because for me, I'm like, it's a get ready with me for the Renaissance Festival, but also here's a picture of my candles, and it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna add that in there. Because at the end of the day, what am I doing this for? If not for, like, yes, to bring attention to me and have a platform where I can create. But if I also have a business, if not to, like, promote that, then what, me personally, I feel like, what am I doing? Yeah. Do you know? Yeah. But I had a good time. I had a really good time. I love dressing up. I mean, when I sit back and think about it, like, what did you really do? I saw several shows. We walked around. I didn't really buy anything but food. The food was just okay. But I just think being in that environment and just seeing all the creativity of the other people, talking to people, knowing that I'm here and of all these people that are here, we have a similar interest. Yep. You know what I mean? I think that was the thing that made it so fun. So, yeah, I didn't really get into much this week. That was kind of the highlight. I did go to a barbecue with the Good Girlfriends of Charles County, which is a social group that I'm in on Facebook. Cute. We had a Labor Day barbecue that was really nice. Met some ladies I already knew, some ladies I met. They were cool. The thing that I mean, like with any social group, it does have its pros and cons. And it can get a little cliquish and it can get a little catty. Like, I feel like when you have that many women in one, virtual space, it can be a little... Yeah. But the one thing that I do like about the group is that all the events that I have been to and all the things that we've done collectively as a group has always been super positive. Oh, nice. So... it may be people talking shit later on in, like, the group chat. Yeah. But, like, when we're at the bowling, at the bar, when we're at the, cookout, everybody's on their best behavior, and it's fun and it's a good time.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that. And I really shout out to Shayla, who was the originator of that. But just, for bringing that, to this community and kind of just having that vision and just having that resource, because I feel like I've gotten so much from that. Like,
Yeah.
two of the book clubs that I'm in were like branches of that, and a lot of the other different things that I've got into in my community was branched off from that.
Nice.
So did that. Oh, also, I meant to say this last week, but Ruby opened up her daycare.
Yes.
So y'all remember Ruby, friend of the pod? She opened up her own daycare this year. I think they officially opened last Monday. Was that the 25th, August 25th?
Mm-hmm.
That was when she officially opened. But I'll drop down the flyer so y'all can see the info. If anybody's in the Waldorf area and you're looking for a daycare, she is open for business. And so I'm excited for her, because this is really
awesome.
like, her kind of just stepping out there and being like, you know what, I'm gonna work for myself.
Yeah. That's cool. Congratulations to her.
Yeah, congratulations. That was my week. Are you watching anything?
No. I'm still watching the Blindspot.
Yeah.
Here and there, but no, I'm not watching anything.
I started watching The Bear on Hulu.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I would recommend it. The only thing is, you might not like it, because if you have anxiety, the way they film it, I don't know if you've seen these shows before where they film like multiple people talking at once.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Shut up.
They have a lot of scenes where it's like that, where it's like multiple people talking at once.
No, everybody shut up.
Yeah, it's like a I don't know, you ever seen those Christmas movies where like the mom's cooking dinner and the kids are opening gifts and it's like all chaotic?
Yeah.
They have a lot of scenes like that.
I don't like that.
And it's in a kitchen setting, so it's like somebody's chopping, somebody's frying, they're yelling across the kitchen. It's very chaotic. So I would say if you have like a lot of anxiety, it could be difficult to watch The Bear. I was able to watch it, but some of the scenes where it was like that, honestly, I fast forwarded, because I'm like, it was even starting to bother me. Like, y'all are doing too much. And then I'm reading. I just recently finished In the Grave by B.B. Reed.
Okay.
I don't recommend. If you like dark romance, I recommend. I hate saying that because it's a black author, but I'll put it this way: y'all will probably like it, honestly. Like, I feel like everybody else will probably like it because it's an urban romance. It has all the drama and the flips and dips and ins and outs. It's an age gap that for some reason everybody seems to love. I hate, but it's like a 15-year age gap.
Oh no.
And then there are a lot of trigger warnings. I'll just tell you, one of the themes is incest. So
I'm out.
Yeah, but this is one of the books that are really popular that people love. Like I said, it's a dark romance, which I know y'all like. You said you didn't like dark romance. I don't, but it's hard when people tell you like it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. So then I'm like, okay, let me see for myself.
Let me see what the hype is about.
Then I get into it and I'm like,
this was dumb.
I should have never listened to y'all. I should not have listened to y'all. But I finished it. I read it. I didn't really care for it. It was written very well. It wasn't boring. Like, you know how you be reading a book and you're like, I'm bored, I'm about to fall asleep. It wasn't boring. It just irritated me because I cannot. Some of those themes, they don't do it for me. But people love it. People be so into it. Okay. This is gonna sound hypocritical, but if it's like a werewolf or a vampire or a magician or a genie or some mythical creature, and they're 100 years old, but they maybe are still presenting as the same age of the person that they're dealing with, I'm okay with that.
I think because, so what happens is, I think we talked about this a little bit last time. Your reality, like people think that, like some of the books that you perceive as, like, this is reality, this is what's going on. A lot of people disconnect from that.
For them, that's fantasy.
That's fantasy. Like, oh, there's no way. But when you see stuff on the news or you live in this real world, it's like we have been desensitized and know that this is like, no, this is happening.
Yeah.
So a fairy, you ain't never seen no fairy, you don't know about you know what I'm saying? Now I think it'll be different if all of a sudden warlocks and stuff was walking around. You'd be like, now,
Yeah,
You
now it's traumatizing.
Now you mad.
Now it's traumatizing because somebody did, you know what I'm saying?
I know somebody that did that. Did that. Yeah,
I know somebody that did get turned into a vampire.
Yeah, that's
now,
not cool. That's not funny.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's not a game. Right. It's not a game.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I think our audience, just the people that I know that watch and like the stuff that they like to watch on TV. They would like this book.
They would like it.
Yeah. Me personally, I didn't care for it though. So, what else is going on? There have been a ton of documentaries.
I know.
To me, I felt like it's August, the documentary month.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they look at it like, oh, it's going into the fall. School has started. People are maybe home a little bit more. Need something to kind of take their mind off of whatever. I don't know, but they got everything all coming out. The Smolletts, the Biggest Losers, the
everything,
Cowboy, everything.
I saw what was it about the girl? No, the high school catfish.
Oh, the mother.
Yeah. I was like, what?
First of all, how dare she? But yeah, for 22 days that she was catfishing her child. Yeah. It's just giving. You know what? We go through these stages of, I think we just go through this cycle. Because remember during COVID, when all the documentaries was coming out? Yeah. So I feel like we go through this cycle of, okay, this happened 2 years ago, and it'd be a bunch of stuff to talk about, and then it's a dullness. And then now we're talking about, we're like all that stuff is now come because you need the time to have all the information. Yeah, or do the investigation. So you have, because even during the time of, and they always have documentaries, but it just don't be as prevalent. So you have like the one that when they were doing Megan, and there was a couple of others around that time. Because I think Megan came out.
Was that the also glasses the guy,
Tender Swindler, the glasses man. When he was killing all the people. Yes, I can't think of who you're talking about. Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah. So all that kind of came out around the same time. And I want to say, was that in...
It may have been August or September.
Yeah. It may have been. And so it's like, they just needed their time to kind of do the things.
I would be interested to know if that, and it probably is, but like as far as like the entertainment kind of cycle, I wonder if they have like, just like in finance, how you have like first quarter, second quarter. Whatever. I wonder if they have like first quarter of the year that's like cartoon or like, whatever the case may be. They probably do have like categories that they release at certain times of the year because they've done the studies and people are into this at this time. You know what I mean? But I really didn't get into much of documentaries. Like I had intentions on it, but we've been out and about and living our lives, and I haven't really had time to sit down and watch TV. Yeah, I did watch The Biggest Loser one. Now I don't have too much commentary on it. I think it was done well. I feel like, to me, the contestants and even the people that were a part of the show, I feel like they were very transparent. And here's what we wanted it to be. Here's what happened. Here's how it got ugly. Here's how we all participated in it. Even the contestants, I feel like they took accountability to say, I did do crash diets because I wanted to win the money. Yeah. I did make unhealthy decisions, even though the doctor told me that wasn't the right thing to do, because I wanted to win. Yeah. And then you had the trainers and the producers on the other side saying, originally we wanted it to be about health, but then we got to a point where, hey, this is getting our ratings up. So we did encourage them to do things that they probably shouldn't have done. Like, I think, to me, sometimes it's rare when especially for documentaries, where you see people just taking that accountability. Yeah. Which in this one, I felt like they did. And when I say they did, like, it's not like they just came on there and confessed to everything, but they had moments where it was one of those things where it's like, what's the point of lying?
Yeah, it's on video.
Yeah, so they just would admit to it and just be like, yeah, we did do that. We did tell them that. We did try to,
encourage them.
Yeah, we did try to encourage. And when you think about, I don't know if you remember, like, but the crazy things they would have them do, like, oh, we want you to pull this car. We want you to, like,
bullshit stuff.
Yeah, like, dive off this and then swim across it. Like, the producers were saying, like, now when we look back on it, it's crazy. But at the time, these were the kind of things that were getting views.
Yeah.
And that's our job, to get people to watch this.
And that's the sad part. It's like, so if, just think about this. It's so funny. Not funny, but funny. When we went to the Renaissance festival, and that during the jousting, and like that last thing, and people were like, "Kill him!
Yes.
Murder!"
Yes.
And it's like, what's wrong with it?
Yes.
And the fact that we know that it's even fake. I'm sitting there with a daggone turkey leg saying, "Kill him!"
I know when the king was like, they're gonna have to fight to the death, everybody was like, yeah!
Murder! What?
Murder?
What? The guy in front of me said it. I said, well, what? Yeah, so continue. Sorry.
No, I was just giving like a little quick commentary on that. I do want to watch the Magic City one.
Okay.
That's the gospel group.
Uh-huh.
I do want to watch that one, but I just haven't gotten around to it. And the Dallas Cowboy one. Although I feel like I've seen a lot of things on TikTok
that
where it's
like,
know. Jerry Jones is an asshole. So it's like, okay, that's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Jussie, everybody done talked about Jussie Smollett. How I feel about it, it didn't really change anything for me.
Yeah.
Because from the very beginning, I felt like he wasn't telling the full truth, and I felt like the police wasn't telling the full truth.
Right.
So the documentary, while I didn't watch the whole thing, I only saw like a couple bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it just confirms what
you already knew.
What I already knew.
Yeah.
There was a lot of holes in the story on both sides. So I don't even know why we even needed that. I kind of feel like we wasn't even talking about you no more.
And
like,
we are.
Let us forget.
But now we are.
And maybe that's what he wanted.
Yes.
But I don't know if we're talking about him in a way that is beneficial to him.
Well, it just depends on what room you in.
Okay.
Because you have some people that's like, I knew he was innocent. Or I knew.
Innocent?
But, but anybody that already don't like the police.
Okay.
Is going to give, well, see what I'm saying? They was holding stuff. They wasn't telling the whole truth. So he may have not also been telling the truth, but y'all are supposed to be the law enforcement. Y'all supposed to be better than us.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I mean, I do agree to that. They held to a higher standard.
Yeah. So it's that. So it just depends on the room. But then these are some of the times, this is what happens like with these documentaries. Just like with, I think it was a Mike Vick documentary. And then once everything comes out and you see everything in one snapshot instead of bits and pieces here, you can digest it better and then actually move on. And so maybe this will help him to get work.
I don't know if it will. Maybe it will, but I feel like most companies now, they do take into consideration your character.
Yeah. And
so I don't know if I'm a production company, entertainment company, if I'm a Tyler Perry, I don't necessarily know if I want to work with Jussie, because even though you're back and you're getting attention and you're garnering some sympathy, it's still too much controversy around you. If anything, it would have been better for him to let this die, let this rest, and then be a part of a Tyler Perry movie and let the conversation be, oh, he's back acting now. Do you know what I mean? Or like, oh, he's back in this new role, not rehashing the thing that kind of got you blackballed in the first place. Yeah. I don't know. And I guess for him, he needed the world to know his side of the story. I do understand that part, but I don't know if I would have done it in this way. Maybe I would have wrote a book, did a memoir, to where if you want to know, you can read the book. You know what I mean?
The thing, the unfortunate truth about writing a book is that the people that you are writing to has to be interested in it, right?
Correct.
The thing about anything video wise, I may not be interested in it, but I'm going to be on some type of social media where there's going to be a clip of something.
But this is my point that I'm making. I don't think that, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I understand for him the importance of getting his truth out there, right? I feel like if you would have done it in a book, you would have reached a smaller audience of people that actually care. But now you're reaching the audience of the grand stage, and people that don't care are now giving an opinion on your situation.
But this is what also happens, right? It also will reach people that you didn't think that they did care.
Okay.
Right? So I may not I probably would have never read the book. And also, people that are also on his side, we just have to be honest, people aren't readers.
Yeah, that's
so
true. Nobody wants to read.
If I hear there's a clip coming out and it's enough clips of the people that are his supporters, which honestly, because we are a very influenced people, you have enough people saying, see, I told you he was this, I told you he was that, I knew. It also changes the lens in which you're watching this, because you're watching it to see the innocence of him. And then you have other people that's going to be like, no, he did it, and regardless of what the police said. Now I'm also now watching it to see all of the holes in his story. So that does help to garner. You have it's a flip of a coin, you know. Same thing with Megan, right? She could have just let it die down and came back out with her music and stuff, but she like, no, I need people to see my side. In all honesty, even if, because it was like, you have the people that was like, she still didn't get shot, she lied on Gail, this, that, and the fourth. You have other people that look at it in the lens of, I would have lied too if I was fucking that, you know what I'm saying? But then it garners now. I'm looking at it because I wanted to show me how negligent and what he did to her. So that's the lens in which I may be watching it. You may be watching it in the lens of, see, they said something was in her foot, but it wasn't even no, like, you know what I'm saying? And he couldn't have done it. Or he couldn't, you know. And it was the other girl. Like, so you would be looking at it in a lens of showing how much of a liar she is, kind of thing. Yeah. But it's a flip of a coin, because if she just wrote a book about it, I'm not buying that.
That's true. Okay, I get that. I
think it just helps to reach a wider audience. In most books, like, you've had books that you've read, and then it's like, now it's a movie and people are willing to watch the movie.
Yeah, that's so true.
And not willing to read the book, you know. So I think that you have to know what age in which we're in, and people are gonna get up on that television.
Yeah, that's true.
And people gonna take them clips
that's his medium.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He is an actor, he's a performer, so maybe being in front of the camera is more comfortable for him than putting his words on paper. So I do get that, but I just feel like we didn't need that story, but he wanted to put it out there. He got it out there. People are talking about him again, so maybe it did its job. Anyway, what else has been going on?
The only thing, today, of course, you guys know we record this a little bit early, but it is September 1st. If you are into it, blow your cinnamon up in your doorway to garner good fortune and points.
Oh, that's what you're supposed to be doing?
Yeah, so and people say you're supposed to blow it out when that's making it leave. So what you're supposed to do is be on the outside, blow your cinnamon inside, and leave it there for 24 hours. Oh. And that's supposed to garner good fortune, especially with your coins.
Oh, okay. Well,
so if you're into that, if you're into that, cinnamon, you can get that from the Dollar Tree for $1.
You have to do it on the first?
Yes. Okay. Because it's the beginning of the month.
Oh. Well, they saying this on the 3rd, so.
Was too bad for you. Too bad, so sad. I'm sorry. But now you know, so next month, you'll be prepared.
You can do it the 1st of any month.
At the 1st of any month. It's not just September.
Okay.
Only reason I bring it up in September is because there's this thing going around called the September 1st or September lock-in.
Okay.
And so what they're saying is, from now until I think like January, it's the time to lock into whatever you proclaim you want. And I think that I've had this conversation with you before.
We talked about this.
And how I do like vision boards early and things like that, because you prepare yourself at this point of the season, the fall season, to start getting yourself ready for what you want for the new year.
Yes.
And I think that's basically what they're saying. Like, taking this time where you force yourself to commit. If it's saving money, if it's working out, if it's dieting and then exercise, or if it's just dieting, or if it's like, you know, with me, sticking to my workout schedule for the, you know, half marathon, because that is next year. This is the time. They say all the time, summer bodies are made in the winter and the fall. So if it's like, hey, this is a perfect point to lock in and get yourself ready for that beginning of the year. Because if you can do it from now until January, it's nothing going to stop you from January and keeping it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so ingrained in what you have going on that you'll possibly continue. And you'll continue it. So
I love that.
Do you have anything? I know I'm bringing this on you, that you would feel that you have like.
To lock into?
That you want to lock into. So is that like we've talked about locking into, and I think this is also a good time to be in like, okay, putting ourselves out more on social media.
I know. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So it's the
yes.
things that you may have started, but you have kind of been like dilly dallying in, and it's like, nah, September 1st, you really going to lock into it. You're going to have your schedule, you're going to have your camera, you're going to have your such and such.
I think for me, yes, locking into, the social media thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I need to lock into my candle business because
Mm-hmm.
I really kind of sort of took off this summer.
Yeah.
Like I still have like reoccurring customers who kind of I know, you know what I'm saying, they always gonna put in the order, but I haven't done any pop-up events.
I would say I haven't seen you do any
No,
pop-ups.
and the thing about that is because I tried to see in the summer, like with this summer, even though I've been busy and not really pouring into it, but I tried to see if maybe I could do more online during the summer because those pop-up events, it's hot, the candles are heavy, trying to get everything set up, and then if it's too hot, they start melting. So I just felt like I wasn't getting enough out of the pop-up events in the summer to compensate for what I was trying to putting into it, right? But I noticed that when I didn't do any pop-up events, I didn't sell as much. Yeah. So even though it was a lot on me and it was a lot to do, I was still making, those sales. Whereas now trying to just rely on online sales, it wasn't flowing as much. However, I know that's partly my fault because I didn't advertise as much. Yeah.
If you take away one, you have to double up in the other.
And I didn't do that. So I think, which I say that it's a lock in, but in all honesty, the fall and winter is the busy time for my business anyway. That's people are really getting into candles in fall. They want to get out their Christmas gifts and stuff like that. So maybe saying that is a bit of a cop out because whether I decide to lock in or not, that's a busy time for me. So I would have been having to pour into that anyway. But I think what I'm saying is I want to pour into it in a way that is more consistent, not just like, oh, just because this is the time, let me go ahead and do this, but like intentionally, like posting more regularly, doing sales and things like that.
Yeah, I think for you, the overarching thing is going to be getting yourself back, like focused on social media. So even if it's like, okay, so September, I'm making a new candle, showing that, showing your ingredients, like not necessarily showing the whole process, but this is what I'm making. And then even if you're doing let's get ready with me for it, the inspiration is my new candle. Right. So if you have a pumpkin, whatever, then you're going to have a fall look. Right. Or if you have well,
that's a cute idea.
Taurus, you know what I'm saying? So Christmas, whatever, gingerbread something, then the look would be for that, like Mrs. Claus or da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? So a themed look to be based around that candle.
I like that.
So that gives you two firsts. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, or if you do a candle and you're making gingerbread. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's, I think, one of the things I need to lock in on. I can't. I mean, like you said, you did just spray it on me. So
I know just stuff to think about. But
you know what else I need to lock on? And I think this was one of my New Year's resolutions. I need to get better with my sleep hygiene. Yeah. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but that's what I think of. I do not go to bed on time.
Oh, so your sleep pattern and
my regimen.
Yes, your sleep regimen. There it is.
I don't go to bed on time. I don't wake up on time. Thank God. I'm so thankful to God that I have the kind of job where
it's a little bit flexible.
It's flexible, and my people that I support, they work late. You know what I mean? Like they have their first meeting at 9, so they're like 9 to 5 kind of people. Yeah, and so if I get in at 9:30, even if I get in at 10, I haven't missed too much. Yeah. But I feel like I need to stop doing that. Yeah. I feel like I need to get my ass up. Well, first I need to go to bed at night and then get up and get out the door. Like that sleep routine, guys, it's been bad. Yeah. And it doesn't help that the sun stays out longer because it almost justifies it. Like it's not that late. Sun's still out. Yeah. Like, girl, it's 8:00.
Yeah. Start winding it down while we still cooking dinner.
And I know that when the time, like when we do the time, when we fall back, that's
that
gonna
always changes
shift
things.
everything.
Yeah.
So I need to lock in on that. I need to lock in on my sleep routine as well. And like you said, if I start doing it now and keep it all throughout the end of the year, then come January, I shouldn't have a problem.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll let you know in January how it's going.
For me, definitely posting more social media, things like that. One of the things that I have definitely started to do is I have a real problem with um staying on, like, sticking to it. Not a problem with sticking to a schedule, but having a crutch of this is what my schedule is, right? So, like, for example, in my mind, I got to be at work by this time. And if I'm not at work at this time, I'm flustered and I have anxiety and things like that. But since we've been living in with Davon, I'm staying with him, I do the drop off and pick up for the boys. And and it gives me so much pleasure in getting myself together, getting them up. I've been making lunches every morning, fix their breakfast. I drop Jonathan off at the bus. We'll drop Joshua off at daycare. Drop Jonathan off at the bus stop. Giving Jayla her lunch, and I'm still getting to work at like 8:50. So basically 9 o'clock. But I'm usually there. Throughout the summer I've been getting there like 8:30 because I stay late. So I'm usually at work until about 6:30. And that's kind of, my people are still there even though they get in early. They're still there late, and so I'm still able to, like, hey, I need to fix this because the administrative assistant that I work with as well, she leaves at 3:30.
Right.
So I have the rest of the day to, like, calendaring happens kind of late when they have time to kind of decompress and look at stuff. The only thing I'm sometimes concerned about is like early morning when stuff is going on and they get in at 8:30. I mean, it's not too bad because they in at 8:30. I'm in at 9 here lately. But I'm like, I enjoy that time with the kids.
Yeah.
And I really have missed that. And I kept saying, like, during COVID, especially because they were home, there was no real traffic. I was able to, I would put pot roast on.
Yeah.
And so that by the time I got home, Janae knew how to make rice, so she just make the rice, and they had a home cooked meal. Like, it wasn't going to Chick-fil-A, it wasn't this, that, and the fourth because I'm working late. And so now I'm able to get up earlier, do that kind of stuff, spend time with them, have a little conversation in the morning and speaking to them like, we're going to have a good day, this, that, and the fourth. And it doesn't feel like I'm rushing through life. And that is what I'm also trying to, like, focus on and, like, get myself to a place where if you don't get there at a certain time that you've set for yourself, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. Because that's how it feels.
Well, why not just change your routes? Like, why not, instead of in your mind saying 8:30, why not in your mind say, okay, my schedule is to be there by 9. So when you get there at 8:50, now you're actually 10 minutes early.
Yeah, so, and that's where I'm slowly getting to. But then I also feel like I want it to be where I'm flexible in my brain altogether. Because
but you don't feel like, I guess for me, I feel like, because you do have ADHD, that is a part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So trying to say, be flexible in my brain, I feel like that goes against, it's like your brain is craving that structure, and that's okay.
But the thing is, what I'm realizing is the structure is a hindrance to what my heart wants.
Oh, okay.
And I want to spend, like, this time that we've been spending with the boys, the things that I've been able to do, like, their relationship has blossomed, right? Because, and I don't know if Davon and I live separately, and during the school year last year, he would have him Sunday night to basically Thursday morning. I would get him because he works late on Thursdays and Friday. I would get him Thursday, do drop off Friday, get him Friday night, but then we back at Devon. You know what I'm saying? So I became Devon became his norm, and I became the specialty. Right? When I used to be the norm, we both kind of was the normal. I would be more of the norm, and I'm so used to being the norm for my kids. So I was very like, oh, wait a minute. And then Jonathan's only home every other weekend.
Right.
So now they're only seeing each other 4 times out the month. unacceptable because they are the boys.
Right.
So I want them to have a good foundation of a relationship. I don't want Joshua feeling like he's an only child because he's not, and I don't want Jonathan being like, oh, I've been waiting for a brother because of course with Justin passing, and he don't have that relationship kind of thing.
Right.
So during the summer and now we're going into school, their relationship has fully, fully blossomed. So I want to also continue in that because the girls talk about like, oh yeah, I remember we used to go to the gym, come home, I would make dinner, this, that, and the fourth, blah, blah, blah. So I want to kind of get back into that and realizing like, I can't have the same mindset that I had because before it was like, oh well, if I get off early enough, then I can do this, but I'm never getting off early enough.
Right.
So I need to take advantage of, okay, you just come in a little bit later and just have that time, that time with them. So my brain is working through that, but just in all other things of like for the Renaissance Festival, I wanted to be there at 11, but then I was like, as much as I want to be there, and I'm like inside flustered, I'm so happy that I went ahead and cooked dinner 1st and went ahead and made a couple of different meals. So like today we're recording. Yesterday we got home late, so we didn't have to be like, oh, well, we're gonna eat because there's nothing to eat in the house.
Right.
Dinner's already been made.
Right.
So we may have missed out on a couple of hours, but on the back end, it saves other things. So just trying to transform my mind into, I don't have to stay in this box to also still have to get. I can get. I have to be the best.
Like it's okay if things don't go according to plan.
Yeah. So I'm locking into that, and then also into working out and things like that because I do want to, on my off days from running, start working out more.
Okay.
So we'll see.
I love that. All right, we can wrap it up with this.
Okay.
We can get into this really quickly.
Okay.
So I saw this on Reddit and wanted to share it with you, especially as being a mom. So this lady says, "Am I overreacting? This seems really weird for a grown man to write to a 12-year-old. This man does not work for the school my kid goes to. He just helps out with their team." She says she blacked out the names and the phone numbers and emails and all of that. And there's a part in here. I'll read it for you guys. But there's a part in here where he references the school's name. She blacks that out as well. He asks the kids not to use their school email to reach out to him because apparently their school email will get blocked. But he wrote a long letter to all of the kids on this sports team at the end of the year. So I'm going to read the letter.
Okay.
And y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Let me make it big so I can.
I'm already weirded out.
Yeah.
I'm already weirded out. I already feel grooming.
Okay, so it says, Dear blank. Yeah, I'm just going to say Dear blank. Dear blank. Thank you for allowing me to be your coach this year.
Oh, yeah,
It was amazing to see you teach and explain. Wait a minute. It was amazing to see you teach and explain to your teammates whenever they struggled to understand something. It was truly a blessing watching you become more confident on the court and do a lot of the little things like making the extra pass or block out. I hope to be part of your journey next year, but I will ask Coach Blank about it. If not, I hope you know that your basketball IQ grew a lot this season. I enjoyed listening and observing your ability to make adjustments on the fly during games. I love how resilient you were when things didn't go your way, and your persistence through it all. It spoke volumes, and I hope you continue that. And I hope you continue that, period. Oh, wait, no. And I hope you continue that in whatever path the Lord creates for you. I really enjoyed getting to know you this season. I definitely loved your sense of humor and our friendly banter at times. I hope you learned something from me because you for sure taught me a lot along with your teammates. Should you ever need anything, you can contact me by phone at number redacted or email at email redacted. Don't use your school email, it won't work, and I'll do my best to help you or be a listening ear. Love always, Coach Blank.
Where the police?
Right?
Where's the police?
But the hard part about it is like if the police are looking at this, it definitely raises an eyebrow, but he didn't really say anything. It's almost like you're talking so carefully because you know that this seems weird.
Yes.
It's very
Which
much
makes it even weirder.
I'm choosing my words.
Yes.
But then first thing that stuck out to me was it's you're complimenting on things that I don't know. It's like, first of all, why you using the word love? You can reach out to me at any time. Like, dog, you're the assistant coach.
So this is what ends up happening, and this is the unfortunate part of all of this. And I could be wrong, but I'm gonna tell you, just because I watch ID and all of the things, this child's father's not involved.
Mm.
So inevitably he feels comfortable because there's, and I've seen they did an interview with a pedophile, and he said, well, like they were like, how do you choose your victims? He said as long as they're, even if it's a father around, he cannot be involved, like really like fully involved. It has to be kind of like a deadbeat ish kind of thing. Preferably doesn't have a dad.
Mm.
Like had the whole thing. Parent mother can't be like, they can't be close to their parent, or they may be estranged, or your mother got so much going on that she can't focus on the kids like she should. All of the things.
Yeah, because they want to isolate them from their parents.
Exactly.
Obviously.
So this, and you don't. So and this is the gamble that, and I'm not justifying anything, but I think this is what they do. It's a gamble, right? There are some kids that would have never shown that to their parent.
Right.
Right. And then if a month goes by and nothing is ever said about it, or like they say, oh, coach, thank you for my letter, and like, there's no parent that says, I think that's a bit inappropriate. Like, if you're going to say anything, I would prefer I be there. You can you can say it out loud, but I need to be there to know what's going on.
Right.
If there's no parent that comes to him with this letter saying, I feel like this is inappropriate, please don't ever reach out to my child like this again, and if so, it's going to be an issue, he can explain away like, oh, you know what, I did this with all the kids, but you know what, don't worry about it, I won't do it again. He already knows that's a no-go.
Yeah.
But if you don't hear anything, the psyche says, well, I don't have to stop.
So you think this letter is basically just taking the temperature?
Yes.
Seeing.
Yes.
Okay, I'm right on that edge. I'm not saying anything that's blatantly inappropriate, but I'm right on that edge to raise a flag.
I need to see if the flags get raised.
Yeah, if the flags don't get raised, now I know at the very least your parents ain't really paying attention.
Or you don't have a relationship with your parents in which
you would share it with them.
You would share it with them, and you were a little interested too.
Yeah.
Because most kids are going to be like, kids that don't see anything wrong with something till they like they just doing this. Oh, mom, this is what happened at school, and such hit me, because you don't think it's anything wrong.
Right.
The moment you're not going to tell them that you took such and such pen.
Right.
Because you know, like kids know what. I don't care. Like y'all can, people can say all the time, this is again not justifying anything, y'all can say, oh, she's just so young, she didn't understand. Trust and believe that child knows what don't feel right.
Right. They may not have a full understanding,
but they know what don't feel right.
But they know, or their intentions, right? Like, oh, I got a crush on such so and so, and he gave me this letter. Oh my gosh,
I can't believe Coach gave me a letter.
Right, like, oh,
especially with the banter.
Yeah,
guys
he's paying attention to me. So it's like, while they may not think that of the adult, they know their own feelings, and it's like, now
I need to keep this to myself.
I need to keep it to myself because I feel some type of way.
I feel some type of way, and it's an adult, so now it's a secret-y thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm going to that motherfucking coach.
Yeah.
Guns are blazing.
I agree. I feel like the mom's not overreacting. This is very inappropriate.
I feel that this letter should have came out after you have already said something to him. You're underreacting. You hear me? The under has happened here.
But I do think even for parents too, sometimes you do have to kind of get that sanity check of like, am I tripping?
I don't need no sanity check. I am my sanity check.
But I would rather because he's really not saying anything wrong.
I would rather go to him and he'd be like, I write this letter every year to all the. That's fine. Don't write stuff like that to my child.
Right.
And you can. Let me tell you how I don't care. Everybody can be like, well, he does it every year. The kids exchange letter. He also exchange. I don't care. Yeah. Don't do that with my child. I could be overreacting. I could be at the fucking moon. Join me if you want. Don't. Right. I don't care. Right. I'm in outer space with mine. I don't have time for that because it could be he don't do nothing to nobody else's child, but he actually like mine.
Right.
I don't have time for that. I don't even want to. I myself don't even want to chance that.
Yeah.
Gotta go. I would rather be on the side of overprotective than on the side of lackadaisical. I don't have time for that, and I don't need somebody else's parent or persons to say to me, oh, well, it was just, because a lot of it was just becomes a lot of trauma for kids later on.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just a look. Oh, it was just a conversation. A lot of people got murdered off of, oh, it was just because they broke up.
I totally agree with you, but I do sympathize because I know some people do. You know what I mean?
I know the people
because it's like we talked about before your own self confidence, right? Like you're like, I don't care, I'm gonna go to bat for my child. But sometimes people become parents and they don't even know how to stand up for themselves.
Yeah.
So they do feel like they need to ask somebody else or like, hey, this doesn't seem right. What do you think? It's like, just because you become a parent, that doesn't automatically give you, that doesn't automatically change your personality. Like if you're not I don't want to say aggressive, but like if you're not a person that will stand up anyway, just because you have a kid, it's not gonna make you. You know what I'm saying?
That is very true.
So I can understand why she's asking, like, hey, this seems weird. Let me see if anybody else is picking up on this.
But this is the thing I also say, and I think this is what we do as adults too, even for ourselves, right? Because I'm not a big, like, if something happens to me, I'd be like, all right, it is what it is. But it is my responsibility to take care of my child.
Absolutely.
Right? And so I'm not even doing that with a teacher or a principal. Maybe even at my job, I'm going to be like, all right, they saying whatever, all right, cool. And move on from it. Or in a store or whatever. You say something to my child, it's a different thing because they can't defend themselves.
Right.
And if you can't do nothing else, you got to put your mama bear on for your kids. And the thing is, we do this as women, that internal battle of, am I doing too much? Especially Black women, because we call it aggressive and all of the other things. We have to do this sanity check. And in that sanity check, if somebody says, nah, I don't think you're overreacting, and God forbid something happens to your child, you're not going to be blaming them. You're going to be blaming yourself because they're responsible. Well, you probably should have went with your first, like, it didn't bother me, but if you felt a certain kind of way about your child, you probably should have did that.
Right.
And then now you're looking crazy because, like, well, you told me, well, I mean, the first thing people say, well, it wasn't my situation, so it didn't affect me fully like that.
Right.
So if you know you don't feel something, again, when it comes to my kids, I would rather be like, oh shit, I could have just chilled out a little bit and apologize later, but I'm going full first in the beginning. Yeah. Just immediately, especially like hearing all of these stories, and I'm sure this is newish. You see what happened with the gymnast with the coach and the doctor kind of and I don't understand why people, and we just talked about this earlier, your reality, this is not fantasy, this is reality.
Right.
When it's happening to your child, it is a reality. So under reacted to me. Hello.
I don't know how the mom handled it, but she started off with, am I overreacting? This seems weird. So clearly she sees that something is not right about
something
it.
Something is amiss.
I hope that she took some sort of action.
I hope so
too. She can.
I hope she. You ain't got to take it, and especially if it's an assistant coach, just enough to let him know, I see you.
Yeah.
And the thing, you know what happens? My dad does this with guys. And men do, like, real people, real men, people that know that you shouldn't be doing something, especially like when dating and things like that. The men they see what it is in that other person, just like we do as adults with kids. Like, that ain't your friend, like, because you already know.
Yeah.
So I do that with my own girls, and I would love to be like, every time I was wrong, ask me how many times I've been wrong.
Right.
So, and there are certain things that you want your kids to have to deal with and go through to learn from, and there are some things that is going to stay with them while you're here and while you're gone, and will trickle down into their own children, and you don't want that.
Yeah. As
much as you can. But anyway, underreacted to me. I make my own box under. Okay.
Well, that was another great.
That was a great episode. I done perked up, y'all.
That got under your skin.
That got under my skin. You know, Money Mom love the kids. I can't do it.
Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend.
Drop down in the comments.